Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm kind of taking it old school in the style of video I'm doing here, and I'm just going to basically sit here, play Bed Wars, and talk about what exactly life is like being 17 years old with just about 1 million subscribers. I mean, I still go to a public school, I play sports, and I do everything pretty much that a normal teenager does, except I happen to run a YouTube channel. I'm going to start this story all the way back when I made my YouTube channel. I made it, I think, in February of 2018. Of course, I didn't have like any popularity back then. All I did was stream. I just did little live streams from my bedroom. And from the get-go, I told my mom about it. It wasn't that big of a deal. All I told her is just basically that I want to be left alone from this time to this time whenever I streamed, and then that I was doing something online. I wasn't super specific. My mom isn't super tech savvy, so she didn't know a ton of it, but she understood it and she respected it, and that was good. Whenever I started getting my first donations, she was really happy for me. I was really happy because the idea of just making like a couple bucks off that and the fact that people liked my content was really cool. But that doesn't really matter. So fast forward a couple months to fall of that year. So maybe about 6-8 months after I made my YouTube channel. At that point, I was at around 1,500 subscribers. And I just entered my freshman year of high school. So technically I did start my YouTube channel when I was in middle school, but that was only for a couple months and I was super small. I didn't do that much. I even remember taking like a quote break where I didn't upload for like a month or two. But I was a freshman in high school, and if you are in high school at all, basically you understand like you have to realize that back then I wasn't nearly as attractive and confident and muscular as I am today. So I was like this little kid who walked into freshman year of high school. I wasn't like unpopular, like I wasn't like the weird annoying kid or anything, but I definitely wasn't like popular. I wasn't cool or anything. People knew me, but I was also at the point of my life like everyone else where I just like wanted to fit in. I wanted to be cool. I wanted people to like me and everything. So even though I had like 1,000 subscribers, which, you know, in comparison, that's a pretty good amount of, like, that's a pretty cool thing. You have 1,000 people that like your content and what you do. That's pretty cool. Was I gonna tell anyone about it? No. Before I continue with this story, I need to let you in on a little secret. This video was edited with Wondershare Filmora 10. That's right, I got a sponsor. A lot of people ask me how to be a YouTuber and like tips and stuff on being a YouTuber. I genuinely think the hardest part, and the part that people like quit on all the time, is doing it. They look at the big scary editing softwares with the big prices and they just like they give up. But something like Wondershare Filmora 10, which is free to try. Look at this, a silence detection. So look, you have a clip right here. It detects, oh, beep boop, there's silence there, cuts it out, boom. So look, watch how easy this is. You get a clip, you drag it into the editing track, and you just start editing. You just trim it, you crop it, you make it do flips, you do whatever you want with it. Listen, I know a lot of you guys are like little goblins that don't even know how to speed bridge in Bed Wars, but trust me, it's like, this is so easy. So we go back to that clip from earlier, we double click it, turn on motion tracking, and press start tracking. And then it just does all the work for you. It just goes through, it figures out where my left eye is the entire time, and when it's done, you can drag the roast beef sandwich down onto the timeline. And when you go back over to the original clip, you just select the picture and it automatically tracks. Look, it's on my face. It's literally that easy. So look, if you want to get started on being a YouTuber, this is the easiest way to do it. I would just suggest clicking the link in the description, downloading Wondershare Filmora, and going at it. Also, I need to look good in front of the sponsor so I get more of them. So please click the link, please. So a couple months into the school year, I was in this computer class. I think I might have been the only freshman in that class. And by the way, for my non-American viewers, freshman is just your first year of high school, around when you are, I don't know, like 13, 14 years old, something around there. I think it would be grade 9, like year 9, whatever. I don't know, something like that. So I was the only freshman in that grade, in that class. Everyone else was at least a year older than me, and there were some seniors in there too. For the most part, it was a pretty easy class. It was just a computer class. It was pretty basic stuff, and because I was already, I don't want to say I was like super knowledgeable, but I knew what I was doing on the computer. So for the most part, the class was easy, and we had a lot of time to ourselves to just like play flash games and whatever. Being little teenagers, what we did is just we spent our time trying to figure out what was unblocked and what we could play during that time, because we got really bored after finishing all the assignment. And eventually we found that the desktop version of Discord was unblocked, or sorry, the browser version, basically where you're just in like Google Chrome or whatever, and you can log into Discord and everything. So once we figured that out, we decided to all go and like add each other as friends and everything, so we could, you know, talk and message and stuff without maybe the teacher knowing. I forget exactly what the specifics were. So at this point, like I said, I was at like maybe 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. So I had friend requests turned off just because I like to keep everything neat, and I like to keep like the right people in my friends list. I like to keep those things pretty clean. So I completely forgot that I had friend requests off. So then when I asked, or when I told one of my friends my Discord tag, they noticed that friends were off, and they were really confused because, you know, who does that, right? What normal person turns off Discord friend requests? So then at that point, they just like I guess just like that, like a stroke of genius, everything connected, because they realized like, wait a second, hold on. The only people that have friend requests off is like, I don't know, like YouTubers or famous people or something. So then just immediately, like literally like a couple seconds after after they figured that out, they looked up Purple on Google, and sure enough, I mean, I came up. Okay, so 13-year-old me was like, okay, I'm trying to look cool in high school. Number one way to look cool, don't run a Minecraft YouTube channel. Sure enough, I run a Minecraft YouTube channel, so the whole world starts crumbling around me. I just leave. I leave the classroom. I go to the bathroom for like 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, because they're laughing at me. It's not like in a bullying, like really mean type of way. I mean, we are friends. Like, I'm friends with these people. We're not super close friends, but it just, you know, it's just a funny thing. Like, if you find something out about your friend, like they're a small Minecraft YouTuber, of course you're gonna laugh at them. So no hard feelings to those guys. Like, I'm not mad at them or anything. But I went to the bathroom for like 5 or 10 minutes. When I came back, they just all looked at me the second I walked in the door, and they started laughing again. But I'm pretty sure I just sucked it up and like walked up to them and just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't have too much on my channel because it was only like 6 months old. There's only however many videos, and I wasn't that big, so it's not like I had that much to say about me. But that was about it for that time. Because they were cool people, and I know they were cool people, I told them, I was like, hey, this is cool, this is funny and everything. Just please do not tell anyone. Honestly, they might be watching this video, but honestly, I didn't have much faith in them. I really expected, because, you know, all it takes is you to tell one person, like your closest friend, and then they tell one person, then eventually the wrong person gets told, and then boom. But I mean, I guess because I was a grade younger than them, and I wasn't like that well known, and like it wasn't that big of a deal. Because I mean, okay, 1,000 subscribers, it's not like world ending. It's not like, oh my gosh, everyone needs to know about this. It was like, it's 1,000. Okay, no big deal. So, surprisingly, for the next couple of months, flawless. I grew my channel up to maybe like 5,000, 6,000 subscribers. And then around spring is when more people started finding out. People from like my grade and everything. I remember people congratulating me every like 1,000 subscriber milestones, like 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, whatever. Please. And I mean, the school year ended, and a lot of my friends in my grade knew about it. Surprisingly, I don't think my closest friend knew about it. He just wasn't in any of my classes, so he didn't find out. At this point, I don't know. I'm just naturally, you know, I'm a very humble person. You guys know me. So I didn't walk around boasting my YouTube channel. Again, I mean, it was only like 5,000, 6,000 subscribers. Not that that's not a lot, but it's not like, you know, that's not enough to go around like bragging hard about it. So I just kind of kept it quiet. People that found out, but I was still pretty embarrassed about it. Like whenever someone brought it up, I was like, well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But and that's pretty much how things went for a while. Just gradually, as my channel got bigger, more and more people found out. As I hit like tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, more and more people found out. And that was just about that in terms of school. Because I mean, I can't really, there's not many stories when it comes to that. Just as time went on, more and more people noticed me. Suddenly, like, yeah, everyone in the school knew, word got around. People are like, oh, okay, you're the guy that does the YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah, I'm the guy that, yeah, that's true. And that's really all that there is about that school. But emphasis on that school, because nowadays I actually go to 2 schools. So I go to one school, just my normal high school for just regular classes, but I have another school that I go for like advanced math and science and stuff. I know I'm a nerd, whatever, go make fun of me, but I do. So because that school feeds in from so many other high schools, there's only like a couple people from my school there. It's just a bunch of schools around the area feed into that. So because of that, no one knows. At this point, I'm like hundreds of thousands of subscribers and no one knows. So the year starts off fine. Literally out of the people there, I guess none of them felt like telling anyone, which is fine. I'm happy with that because the school year kept on as normal. I made new friends, I met new people, and I told them nothing. Even the people that are close friends now, I told them nothing. Sorry about that. That's my bad. But I think it went maybe even the entire first semester, maybe like all the way from the start of the school year into like winter break. But sometime around then is the first time that something interesting happened, because I was in the middle of taking a physics test. It was the last class of the day. I think it was on a Friday, so we were all getting ready to go home. So like the second I finished, I was ready to go. And right when I finished and right as we were all leaving, I swear I'm not hallucinating, but I hear some guy say, "Hey man, I like your streams." And like immediately I turn around. I'm like, who is this ghost man? But like no one's looking at me. Everyone's just walking away. Like literally there's like a ghost in here or something. So that was a Friday, so I didn't really get a chance to catch up with them. But eventually, sometime in the next week, I figured out who it was. And he was a pretty cool guy. He's pretty cool about it. And I was like, okay, I think I just got recognized. Because it's not like someone told them. It's not like they found out through me. Like they literally recognized me. And this was around the same time when I started being recognized for the first times in public. I think once happened at the grocery store, once when I was skiing, and then the first time I ever got recognized, I just remember I was walking up to a Best Buy right as I got into the entrance, like right as I walked through the door. Like these 3 little kids walk up to me and like they point at me and they're like, "Wait, are you purple?" And like this is the first time I've been recognized, so I'm like, "Yes." And there's like, and then I guess only one of them knew, because then the other guy's like, "What are you talking about? Do you know this guy?" And he was like, "He has like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube." And they're like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool." And they just kind of walk away. That's all that really happens there. But anyways, back to school. So this is around like within like a month or 2 of when I first started getting recognized, just a couple times. I mean, I don't live in a huge city and I don't go outside a ton, so it's not like, you know, there's many chances for it. But after that first time at school, a couple months later, someone else recognized me. He was actually my lab partner. I've been working with him all school year on different projects and stuff. And then one day he just randomly texted me. He just texted me. He says, "Hey, I have a weird question," like the laughing emoji. And like the second he sent that, I just knew. I mean, like, because what else is he gonna, like, the only things we've ever texted about is like math stuff. Like I think it was physics or engineering, whatever. So the second he texted that, I was like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" And I said, "What?" And he says, "Are you purpled?" And then it's like, okay, yes, I am. But then I messaged him. I was like, "How did you know? Or how'd you find out?" And he was like, "Well, I've been watching your channel for a couple months, but I just wasn't sure if it was you." I mean, okay, I understand we have masks on at school, but like, if this dude's been going to school with me for months, been watching my channel for months, did he not make the connection? I don't know. And like he said, the only reason he made the connection is because like, I think one time, like I mentioned in a stream or a video that I was getting my wisdom teeth taken out. And also in real life, I mentioned that I was getting my wisdom teeth taken out. And I guess that's what really like made him so sure of it. And then again, someone else recognized me. So at this point, like I've been recognized multiple times from people from that school. But surprisingly, I guess because we're all a bunch of like nerds, no one really is annoying about it. They don't tell anyone. So I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that. There hasn't really been that big embarrassing moment like a lot of other YouTubers have. Like people haven't like played my videos on a projector in front of the class and everything. No one's really done that much. For the most part, people are really respectful about it. And they just like, they congratulate me whenever I hit a milestone or something like that. But they really like, they aren't annoying about it. Of course, there are the occasional, "How much money do you make?" You know, like that's always the first question. But for the most part, it's pretty good. So that might sound like the end of the story, but in reality, oh shoot, I am just running in circles right now. But as some of you might know, and again, I'm gonna get made fun of this in the comments, but I play tennis. So last year, the entire tennis season was canceled. That's around when I was at maybe 100,000 subscribers. So between the last season I played and this season that like just now happened, I went from like 5,000 subscribers to about 600, 700, 800,000. So there's a little bit of a jump, and I knew going into it, I was like, there's no way I don't get recognized, right? We had a shortened season due to just, you know, stuff that's going on right now. But to my surprise, the first like couple weeks went by, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 matches, and nothing happened. No one ever said anything. So I was happy with that, because personally, one of my big things, I don't really want my like, you know, YouTube life and my real life to like kind of blend together. So the fact that I was able to just kind of play out the season without any having to worry about that at all was really nice. Or at least it was really nice until districts happened. So our season ended, the regular season, we did decently well. I did decently well. I'm the #1 for our team. So blah, 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 tennis stuff. I was sent to districts as an individual, and then our team was sent to districts. So then at the individual districts, which is just where they send the best player from each team, which I happen to be the best for my team, that's where things really suddenly just sped up. They accelerated incredibly quickly, and I'm really confused on why this happened. But so there was like 5 or 6 teams there from around the district. You know, it was just like kind of to be expected. Okay. Anyways, so districts had just started. There was like a couple people from each team there, because not only was it the top player, but you know, there's the coach, and then maybe like a couple teammates that came to support them or be backups and everything. So there was maybe like 10 to 20 people there just from around different schools from around the area. And just immediately, I go out to play my first match, like the quarterfinals or whatever. And the second I walk out there, my opponent goes, "So you didn't tell me you were famous on YouTube?" And I was like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" Because we had already played a couple times during the regular season, because, you know, he's in my district and everything. But like just out of nowhere, like right now, I'm so locked in, I'm ready to go, because, you know, district's tournament, huge tournament, kind of want to win that. I'm a competitive person. just out of nowhere. Like, we're walking out there, the game's about to start, and like, we're supposed to be enemies, and the guy's just like, so YouTube. So he told me that apparently some guy on his team recognized me, and he told him, and I don't know. And for whatever reason, just over the entirety of that tournament, which was just a quick 2-day tournament, word spread so quickly, and more people recognized me, because a couple people from the girls team recognized me, and they got a picture. And then the school that the event was hosted at, some of their students came out to watch, and then they started talking about it. And the next thing I know, I'm playing in the district's championship match, which is a kind of big deal for me because, you know, my first year playing at #1, I really want to win that. And there's like just a crowd of like 30 people standing behind the fence, just like I can literally hear them like mid playing, like mid game, just talking about, like, I can hear whispers, purpled YouTube, like, dude, every opponent that I played mentioned YouTube at some point. It's just so weird because, like, I was so mentally ready to do that, and it just threw me off so hard. So I did end up winning districts. I did get a little lucky to do it, but I won districts, district champion. Let's go, baby. Which means I get a ticket to regionals, which is just, yeah. So you get a couple people from each district. You send them over to regionals, and roughly the same story happens again because just like I walk out on the court, and then like just somehow through word of mouth, because I guess like all the best tennis players from each school, I guess they all like know each other, because this last match, the last one that I played just a couple days ago, I walk out there and like literally I've never seen this guy in my life. I've never talked to him in my life, and he just says like casually, just right before we start, so are you purpled? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know why. Normally I'm pretty like, you know, like I'm pretty taken back by it, but for whatever reason I remember like laughing and saying yeah. I was like, okay, I guess I'm confident because I'm about to win. I did not win. I did get destroyed, which is really awkward because that's the thing that really sucks, because like now this guy's gonna go around for the rest of his life saying I just beat a guy with 1 million subscribers in tennis. But that's okay because he got a picture to brag to his friends, I guess. He was a cool guy. Nothing, no hate against him. He was a good opponent. I didn't play my best that day. And yeah, I guess word's gonna continue to get around because just everyone knows each other in the tennis sphere, I guess, because just no matter where I go. Because he told me, this guy told me, he didn't even recognize me. He only knew me because one of the other guys that he played that played me earlier, it's just such a mess. Like once one person knows and tells someone, it just, dude, it goes so fast. So that's where I am right now. Losing that match meant that's the end of our season. We had a good season. I did well. Our team did well. Made it to regionals, blah, blah, blah. So I'm done with school and I'm done for tennis with this year. I'm gonna guess that with what I have planned for this year, my channel is gonna be a lot bigger by the time I come back, and it's just gonna continue to grow. So I don't know if there ever needs to be a part 3 of this story where I just retell it again from the start with even extra information, whatever ends up happening, I will let you know. YouTube as a whole is just a mess because it's just so weird having to like talk to lawyers and stuff and referring to myself as purple, like gaming influencer. Oh my god. As you may have noticed, I have moved houses. It's a little messy right now and it's gonna look a lot different. I don't know, whenever I end up getting everything fixed up. Thank you for watching this video. It was a ton of fun to talk about this stuff, reminiscing on this. And again, if there ever needs to be a part 3, I'll let you know. It's so weird. It's just so weird. Are you purpled? Yes, I am. And I just kicked your ass in tennis. Let's go, baby!